It's your PodBois for the week. I am Wes Dunbar, and I'm joined here by
Savannah Colworth,
Ryan Nixon,
and we've got an extra special treat for y'all today. In studio, live, is the non-oddly detached, bodiless voice of Robbie Woodard in the flesh. Robbie, what's up?
what's going on, guys?
And then also, another gift for all our fans out there. We have another guest adding to the PodBois canon. I'm very excited to introduce our good friend, Kason Williams. Kason, what's going on, man?
How's it going, everybody?
So, we've got two guests in studio. Really excited for this. Big update on the PodBois brand.
in studio, aka the tiny kitchen in our small apartment.
That's how we live in.
They didn't have to know that.
So basically, we brought on our two friends because they're pretty knowledgeable about UT football. Obviously, big news in the headlines for UT this week as Butch Jones is fired. We're gonna talk about that a little bit later. We're gonna go ahead and get into these picks though first. So
Butch Jones first.
Dang, not as fast as Wes.
Wes has the fastest
still pretty
F-bomb
fast.
ever on a PodBoy.
hey, look,
I've got the record for most.
yeah. So one of these days we're gonna have like the most quality one. That's gonna be the next thing. Who drops the best F-bomb?
All right, up
right.
first we have number 24 Michigan at number 5 Wisconsin. Who you got, Wes?
Go damn Badgers. I'm just a Wisconsin fan, baby. That's who I picked.
Wes has low-key been a Wisconsin fan for a while, and I'm not sure why.
Yeah, I mean,
Super random.
It is really random.
it really is that, like, a while back, when I very first started, like, I got into football, I thought, okay, well, I'm a Tennessee fan, so I kind of need another team, because, like, Tennessee isn't always going to be playing. Like, sometimes they might have bye weeks, or sometimes Tennessee might suck, so I need somebody that's not horrible.
Like now?
Like now. Like now. So,
That's why I got Miami.
shout out to 2012, Wes. You were
Thanks,
very,
Butch.
very vigilant, yeah. So, but yeah, I picked the Badgers. Who
I'm
you got?
going the number 24, underranked Michigan over
Okay.
number 8,
Shut up.
cupcake schedule,
Oh my
Wisconsin.
God.
They're number
5.
5.
Oh,
Jackass.
they should be number 8.
Learn to
Drunk.
read.
5. Oh. No alcohol was consumed before this message.
Yeah.
That's not completely true.
But, yeah, Wisconsin's trash. Hornibrook,
Oh, okay.
he just ain't got it. And even though they might have some of the best running backs, garbage.
He's
That's
the
all I got.
horniest Brook.
Oh. This ain't USC, all right?
Okay, all right. We'll pick them later. All right, Robbie, who you got?
Yeah, I think Wisconsin wins. I thought they were overrated, but I thought last week would be kind of close when they played Iowa, and it was not at all.
I don't know. I mean, Wisconsin, they're kind of, in some ways, they're like the Georgia of the Big Ten because, like, it's not uncommon for them to have a pretty decent season going and just trip over their dicks. So I wouldn't be surprised for this game to go that way.
It's pretty
It's true,
impressive.
but
So, yeah.
All right,
So,
who
Case,
you got?
did,
I don't
I
think
mean-
Savannah went.
okay, we'll go that way then.
I mean, Penn State blew them out.
Blew who out?
Michigan. And Michigan State also beat Michigan.
Has Penn State played Wisconsin?
Let's see.
Well, I guess
No,
not.
because
Yeah, I guess not.
they
You're
aren't
right.
in the same division. Michigan,
Well,
I think, is the
Wisconsin's
hardest
undefeated right now.
game on their schedule. So who you got, Savannah?
I'm gonna have to go with the Badgers here.
Yes.
Um,
Go damn Badgers.
I'm gonna say it's about 70% because I bought a Wisconsin Cotton Bowl T-shirt. But also, I don't think Michigan is anything impressive. I don't know that they're even worthy of the number 24 right now.
Yeah,
I think Harbaugh's overrated.
Well, I know, like, earlier on in the PodBois coverage of this season, we had said that it was kind of weird. Like, Michigan was kind of expected to be, like, kind of good this year, and they just choked. So, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how this game shakes out. But, Kason, who you got, man?
I've got Wisconsin.
Wisconsin?
I don't like Harbaugh. I don't think Michigan's very good. End of story.
Yeah.
Did y'all see the stat, like, comparing Harbaugh and Hoke through, like, 31 games at Michigan?
Was it, like, very close?
Their record was identical, but Hoke had beaten more top 25 teams and beaten his rivals more.
And
Harbaugh's
that-
beaten Michigan State once and lost to everybody
And
else.
Brady Hoke is the acting coach of the Tennessee Vols.
Yes, he is.
So, All right, so let's
Step up already from Butch.
That's it.
Hey, both of them came from a Michigan school.
That's
I
there you
guess
go.
we can say that.
Hey,
Yeah, but he coached at Michigan, not Central Michigan.
you know what?
Hey, who want more? Who want more Denny's?
They're like Eminem. They grew up hard. They saw their shot.
What?
They seized the moment.
Butch was a band member in high school.
Hey, he learned a lot of band count.
Yeah.
Kind of sick.
Okay, next game.
All right, up next we have Mercer playing at number 1
Do we really
Alabama.
pick this? No.
Game of the week. Okay, so our good friend Callie played basketball for Mercer.
Shout out.
So shout out to her.
And she's trash.
But I'm gonna say that Mercer's garbage in every other sport. And sorry, Callie.
Yeah. That's some fake friends stuff right there.
I said
You know
every other
what?
sport.
Mercer is about to lose this game very badly. I don't know.
Upset alert.
Yeah,
just kidding.
upset alert. They're going to be very upset by how much they get beat by Alabama.
Well, I think Alabama's. Well, I can't even pay
There's
against
no-
Mercer. I will say the one thing that Mercer has that Alabama doesn't is wood, because that's what Callie wrote. So I'm guessing that she wrote the
Nope.
on it. As in bench, she wrote the bench at Mercer, and as we all know, Alabama lost their tree when that redneck from Auburn.
No. The Tumor Oaks.
Well,
No, was that at Auburn?
That was Auburn has the tumor Oaks.
No!
Yeah.
You're an idiot.
Okay, this is cut.
Oh, no.
That will be out. Yep, so I think with that pick, I have Alabama.
Yeah.
I will shut up at this.
This game's gonna be so bad. ESPN doesn't even have the spread posted on the app.
Yeah.
Do they really
Not
not?
even worth it.
Bama by 70.
It's kind of sad.
I'd almost slap that, but never mind. I don't want the slap on the pod.
All right. Really though, we're going to MTSU at Western Kentucky this week, making that road trip to support our school. So we're gonna pick that game.
Okay.
Who you got, Wes?
You know what? I am the truth. I may have a couple WKU mugs in my kitchen drawers, but that's only because I got a fake ass roommate that went there. So
Hey, they got more libraries than
She needed.
the state of Tennessee.
They have 3 libraries. We only have one.
I mean, every school thinks. You know what we need? Not 1 library, not 2, but 3 for some.
They're probably 3
Damn reason.
small
Have you
libraries
seen the
though.
library at UT?
No.
It's 7 stories.
Jesus. We got 4, and I feel like we're big balling. So.
Our library's nice though.
All right, guys. Battle of the libraries this week. Who you got? No, I'm gonna go with MTSU, baby. True Blue.
True
Who
blue.
we got? Who's up?
I guess I'm gonna go with Vegas on this one. I'm gonna pick Western Kentucky
Oh my!
Actually,
Expelled.
because
MTSU.
oh,
So
I've changed your
3
mind.
point favorite.
I said I was
Not
going. With,
so
I
fast.
said I was going with Vegas.
Change the
I
headgear.
am going with Vegas. MTSU. I'm playing it easy.
At least he's consistent. All right, Robbie, who you got?
The tops are gonna be on the bottom this week. Go Blue Raiders.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
I'll be an honorary Blue Raider for the week.
Hell yeah, dude. Kason?
MTSU definitely has the better uniforms here.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I'm going with MTSU.
All
I
right.
think just
We also have the better mascot. I mean, Western Kentucky has a red blob. What
What
even
the
is
f*** is a hip-hopper?
and there's 2 for Rob.
Yeah.
One away from tying the record.
Guys, so one of us needs to just take one for the team and just say one, because he's running away with this thing.
Maybe later in the pod.
Yeah. We'll wait till he starts talking about Tennessee. But
Yeah, I was
then
gonna say,
Robbie's gonna
guys,
pull away.
yeah.
Even more.
Yeah. Okay.
Western Kentucky?
Ah, there we go. All right, one for Savannah. Here we go.
I think any school that has wore Russell uniforms in like the past 10 years, they're losers.
Trash.
That's a
Guys,
high school.
They automatically lose every game.
I know we dogged on him just a minute ago, but the most gangster thing that has ever happened in college football is like the Jordan outfits. Or
Yes.
the Jordan uniforms with Coach Harbaugh. That is the hardest thing.
I don't want to talk about Jordan
I think-
uniforms because Oklahoma's about to get them, and
I think North
for real?
Carolina does too.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I
I
think
thought
so.
it was just
But
Michigan.
yeah, Oklahoma does. Like Blake Griffin came into their complex, their indoor, and like was talking to the team, and then just like took this T-shirt off his shoulder, and it just says "We Are Jordan" with like, the Oklahoma logo.
That's pretty hard.
It's pretty hype.
We are Oklahoma.
We are Oklahoma.
Or "We Are Jordan."
Well, it makes sense that North Carolina would have them, but
Yeah.
I mean, but anyway. So
Did he go there or something?
I don't think so. I think he. I mean, he's like LeBron. I think they both went to Marshall, right?
Yeah. I think so.
All right, so what's our next game? Before I make a damn fool out of myself.
The big game, the real big one. UCLA at number 11, USC.
Gang, gang. All right, Ryan, I'm gonna let you pick this first, man. You had the like coup d'etat last week for the all-time greats.
Well, I don't think it's going to be as good as. I don't think I'm going to follow it up, so I'm going to keep it super PG this week. The Trojans are just going to spear the Bruins. That's all I got.
Oh,
that's all I got.
He backed away from the challenge. All right, here we go.
Oh no.
I don't know if I got anything.
All right, so guys, we know that in California, the team that wins the Pac-12
What?
has a chance
What?
What?
to go
What?
What?
to the Rose Bowl.
What?
And you know what else rose?
What?
What?
The Trojans. After this game, we're going to be saying that. I don't know. That was a stretch. I tried, guys.
Well,
I'm sorry.
UCLA always plays at the Rose Bowl, so
They
why they even want to go anymore? So they're just going to take the L.
they're rising. Yeah, I just hope that USC doesn't get cocky.
Oh.
I don't know. It's USC
I mean, if they get too cocky,
cocky.
they might bust under the pressure.
Yep, every time, and their D might not stand up to the challenge. So there's
Maybe
that.
they need to take the L so they can drop approximately like 58 spots to number 69.
They have to lose pretty bad for that, but
All right, Robbie.
anybody else want
Here you
to
go.
take part in this?
Since you fired
Yeah, nothing.
Blanks last week,
Yeah.
joke according to Wes.
The Trojans, they're not penetrating anything this week.
Oh,
They're gonna bust UCLA with the upset.
oh, wow.
Okay.
I don't think that the Trojans are going to blow this one.
Oh, okay.
I've got UCLA.
Also,
Wait, I've got
shout out to
USC,
my
never
assistant
mind.
manager. He's a USC fan.
Hold up. We had a correction?
Yeah, USC. I completely.
Okay, so you busted. You busted under pressure. All right. So did you go, Savannah?
I did.
Okay. All right.
Well,
so
I didn't really make a pick, but it's not about that.
it's never about
It's
the
not
picks
yet.
with USC. Okay. What's up?
All right, up next is what we're all here for.
Yep.
We're talking about
Oh, you left out TCU.
We're.
Look,
TCU.
who cares.
look, you know what?
Tied the record.
After last week, it doesn't feel like 38
Hey, Ryan.
anymore.
Who's
It
your
feels
daddy?
like- Hold on. I know y'all can't see it.
No.
Oklahoma to the ship,
Oh,
baby.
God.
Oklahoma to the ship. I know y'all can't see it, but
Ryan is wearing
I did
a Buddy
everything I
Hill
never
jersey.
thought I would do anymore.
Damn.
He's a
And I'm wearing an
traitor.
Oklahoma jersey because that's what Daddy told me to wear.
No.
Baker Mayfield.
Damn.
So he planted the flag in my heart last week, and I think he's winning the Heisman.
They planted something. Never mind.
Wrong team.
So.
Okay, now we can continue
Okay.
with the festivities of why we're all here.
Anyways,
Yeah.
the reason we're all here is because Butch Jones was finally fired this week.
Yeah.
We also got a few groomers going on,
Yes.
so we're gonna discuss that.
Groomers. So at this point,
Groomers.
we are going to let our good friend Robbie kind of guide this part of the conversation. So Robbie.
Are we not picking the game first?
Oh, yeah. Well,
yeah.
we're gonna pick the game. Okay. So we'll
Tennessee's
pick.
might as
gonna
well.
lose.
Yeah. Yeah. Tennessee's gonna lose. Okay. Moving on. So who are we playing this week, man?
LSU.
LSU.
I think they're 19th.
Yeah, I think they're ranked 19.
Where's it at? Is it at
At Neyland.
Neal?
Our last two games are at home.
So I mean, the question here is, Butch is gone. Like, if you're a player, this is kind of the thing we've been talking about. Like, what are you really fighting for? I guess in a sense.
What's the
At
point
this point?
at this point in the season, and also how many changes can be made in a week?
I got this.
I mean,
Okay.
I'm picking the University of Tennessee in this one, and it might not even be close.
That's bold.
I'm taking by 10.
That's really
University
bold.
of Tennessee because Neyland is going to be rocking after the announcement of the firing of Butch Jones. All the fans, that's what they've been wanting. I guarantee John Gruden, if they even show him on the Jumbotron once, the place erupts. All right, the game might not even be able to be played.
It's like a repeat of the Beatles coming to America. It's just
yeah. I'm taking UT, and I think what made me really put the nail in the coffin, so to speak. I saw that Brady Hoke's gonna be wearing a headset on the sidelines, and if anyone that knows Brady Hoke knows, I don't think he wears headsets. So
I did not know that.
I didn't know that.
I don't think he's ever wore one
Really?
on the sidelines.
So, no.
And he's wearing it, so that's how serious he is. That's how much he's done.
How's he know what's going on?
Dude, he doesn't. Why do you think he got fired from
fired.
The AD was like, dude, put this on.
He's like, hell no. He's like, I will never log on.
And Curry was like, dude,
He's
put
like,
it on.
look, brother, you ain't gonna be here much longer, or you're not gonna be the head coach much longer. Just do it.
Just 2 games. You can do this.
All right. I'll go. I'd like to be optimistic here and like say that I think Ryan is basically right, but
Do it.
it's tempting. But if there's one thing I've learned from UT football and all my experience as a fan, it's that you're going to get disappointed a lot less if you just set your expectations nice and low. So that's where I'm going this week, and I'm going to go, we lose by 14. That's what I say.
Well, you're wrong.
Oh no.
Okay.
Look,
Okay.
Butch got fired.
Hop on the track.
Think about it. All the players have basically been waiting for this since Georgia. Like, that's all they've been hearing is when is he getting fired.
Right.
He's gone.
Okay.
Neyland Stadium is going to be loud. And John Gruden's apparently going to be in attendance at the game Saturday.
Okay.
What if he just jumps in like at halftime? Puts on
He's like,
Give me
you're
that
out.
Brady.
Hope."
Yeah.
Sorry.
Tennessee wins by 2 touchdowns.
Oh, damn.
And can I just say the last Brady that came from Michigan, he's a goat. So Brady Hoke's taking it.
Okay. So I would also say that Butch is gone, and that's going to have everybody lit. The players, the fans, and everything. But I don't think we can turn around that quick.
The question is, like, is it enough? You know?
I just don't think it is for
Nobody
LSU.
wanted to play for Butch. Because, did you see what they asked John Kelly what they wanted out of their next head coach?
Honesty.
He said honesty, and that's it.
Oh.
Because, look, Butch is a piece of shit. I don't know if y'all seen all this stuff.
Well, we'll get into this a little bit when we actually talk about Butch proper. So
LSU by at least 10.
Okay.
All right.
I think that's safe.
Rubber speaker Cason over here. Who you got?
Here is what is going to happen in this game.
Okay.
Let me just be even more bold than any of you.
Oh, pretty offset.
We are going to kick a field goal to win this game.
What?
And it will be blocked.
No.
And whoever blocks it is going to throw their helmet off in the middle of the play. Maybe even before he blocks the kick. Who knows? Who cares? And we're going to lose. That's how we're going to lose. John Gruden will probably turn us down because he'll be sad in Neyland.
Dude, I'm not even a UT fan, but I think my heart just broke for y'all.
The thing about it is, Ryan, that happened.
So is that LSU that you're taking?
The block kick,
Yeah, I'm
somebody
taking LSU all the way.
The block kick, somebody throwing their helmet off, that happened to us.
Yeah. Was that not
09
09? Yeah. I was thinking
At- in Bryant-Denny Stadium. We lost 13-12 because Mount Cody blocked 2 field goals. One as time expired.
All right, was that Lane Kiffin? Is that
Yep.
what you said?
Oh, and we've also had tragedy against LSU when we had too many men on the field. Remember that?
16. There was literally 16 people on the field.
Also,
It wasn't even close.
we lost the SEC championship to LSU the last time we were there because Eric Ainge threw an interception.
Yep.
He also threw the ball
As
backwards
he was- as
out of
he
the
was
back of the end
falling.
zone for a safety.
Bold.
And if we would have won that game, we would have had a really good bowl. We were 10-3 at that point.
Yeah. Well,
Tennessee, if you're a Tennessee fan, your life is heartbreak constantly.
Tell me about it.
Never ending.
Wish I knew the feeling.
oh.
Well, you should after
TCU
Baker called y'all
went
dad.
4-8,
Made you call him daddy last week.
Yeah.
Look, but we went 4-8 and bounced back and went
Ryan.
12-1.
Ryan, we might not have won a natty since '98, but at least it's been since World War II.
Listen, the only national championship TCU has, they share with Tennessee.
No, we got 2, thank you. 1936 and 8.
Was there even real football teams in 36?
Oh, really?
They wore like condoms on their head.
The true meaning of USC.
Yep. The Trojan men. So I think we're all. Well, no, we had a couple of dissonants here. Ryan, I think was Ryan the only person. Ryan and Robbie.
Tennessee.
Yeah, the
Okay.
R's.
You're all wrong.
Thank
see.
you.
We'll see. I'm sticking to. Look, my thing is, if you're always negative, you'll never be disappointed. So
That's true.
So all right. So we've picked our games. We've gone through. Now this is gonna be what everybody has been waiting for. This is why we have so many guests on the track. We're gonna talk about the head coaching job for your Tennessee Volunteers. So guys,
Not my team.
hashtag not my team. So Robbie, you have I guess some like breaking news you want to share? Tell us about
private
groomers.
jet.
Yes, tell us
Okay,
about the
well,
groomers.
You want me to start with like the Curry,
Just the whole story.
Groomers.
groomers?
I want groomers.
Well, apparently, John Curry was seen on a flight from Knoxville to Charlotte this morning.
John Curry is
Our athletic director.
Right.
And it was confirmed. There was a picture there. It was him. You know, crazy UT fans did some digging. There was a flight that was leaving from Charlotte to Tampa Bay, where I think we all know who lives there.
Jameis?
You're not wrong.
one John Gruden,
Yes.
I believe.
Yes.
Yep.
And I saw something yesterday that Tennessee fans should keep an eye out on a private jet leaving from California. And apparently, 2 of our bigger boosters met with Gruden's agent Monday in California and were there until today. And that plane left and didn't go back to Knoxville. It went back to Tampa Bay.
So the conclusion here is that Gruden has essentially been in talks with Tennessee. Well,
I think since Georgia,
Yeah.
like with
Yeah.
the boosters at least.
So this leads us to. I mean, it almost seems like. I don't know. On the one hand, I think that that's an extraordinary measure to go to for someone you're not hiring. But at the same time, who knows? They might do that all the time.
I think there's only one person in the world that knows whether or not he's going to be our next head coach, and it's Gruden.
Right.
Like,
I don't. At this point, like the way that the fan base is, it would almost be weird if it was somebody else.
yeah.
Like, can you imagine, like, if they're like, Brady Hoke is just gonna go from being interim coach to being full time head coach.
Well, like,
Everybody would just
riots.
be like,
riots, yes.
Full disclosure, I would kill myself.
I think a lot of Tennessee fans would.
So don't even leave a note. We'll just show the pod.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, this-
I'm also with Kaysen. If Brady Hoke was announced our next head coach, I'd shoot myself.
Well, like, yeah, I mean, why?
But like, I think that Curry told him in their meeting Sunday that he had absolutely zero chance
Right.
of being our head coach.
Yeah.
Because when he was asked about it, all he said was, we had a good talk, and that's all I'm saying. Like, he wouldn't say that, yeah, he told me if I did good things that I had a shot at it.
if he blows out both the teams, like LSU and Vandy, you think
No.
there's any chance?
No,
yeah.
zero.
Because here's the thing: even if they do, you can still attribute it to like, well, they were just happy to not play for Butch for
Yeah.
for a chance. Like, so yeah, I don't think so. I don't think, but that's the thing. Like, I don't think Brady Hoke is like an Ed Orgeron, where it's like, well, he did really good. He's a
Ed
good
Orgeron's a
head
snake.
coach. Yeah, so
He's a snake.
Orgeron's a likable person, I guess, for the players, and I think that's what has
Yeah.
helped him.
yeah.
But
Well, I mean-
yeah, I'm with him. I think Ed Orgeron's like an older version of Lane Kiffin. Like,
He's an older virgin.
It might be.
I mean, with that,
He played for the Trojans, so probably not.
No,
he
did
coached
he
for
really?
the Trojans.
I was just,
yeah,
I would
Like,
say
interim.
he is a
Okay.
snake though. Like everywhere he's been,
He's left.
the head coach has mysteriously gotten fired, and then he's been the interim coach.
You should have wanted him on UT's coaching staff.
He was when Kiffin was there. That's
Oh,
the
that's
only
petty.
time that's the only time that the head coach hasn't been fired and he became the interim, and that's because
Didn't he fall him to USC?
yes, it's because
That's
Kiffin
petty.
left after a year and went to USC.
Ed Orgeron is like the little finger of like everyone. Like it's like Game of Thrones. Everywhere he goes, somebody mysteriously dies. I'm pretty sure like me and Kason were the only people in the room that got that. Anyway,
I don't
so
see it. Like at this
okay.
point, Gruden's like that girl you never dated, but like
damn.
they constantly like lead you on, and they keep hurting you. But like, I believe I'm probably gonna get hurt, but I think Gruden's our next head
But
coach.
it's worth it.
Yeah, I mean,
Robbie, if you ever need to talk, just
Just hit us up, man. Like it's
Hey, no questions about it. I'm ready to get hurt again.
yeah. I mean, well, here's the thing. Okay, so
That's
let's
the
assume.
Office reference, by the way.
Let's assume that
We don't assume anything on the
we don't
Pod Boys.
assume
That's-
no. We don't assume gender, coaching position status. Anyway, so let's assume for a second that John Gruden is the head coach. What kind of an experience does he have leading this team back? Like, how hard is that going to be? Because there's good talent on the roster.
he
So-
won a Super Bowl with like I don't even remember his name. Josh Johnson, Brandon Johnson, something like that, at quarterback for the Buccaneers.
Yeah, yeah,
Who's that guy?
yeah. What has he done since?
Yeah, exactly.
So
also, it doesn't even matter really at this point because it would rally the fan base together.
Exactly.
yeah.
And it would be like the old days in a sense for Tennessee.
So okay, but let me ask this. One concern that I've had about this is that Gruden was a mastermind, and in an era that is of offense that has kind of gone by. Is that a concern at all, or do you think he will adapt to the game?
Well, he's been around football, like he
Right.
said before. He's around football every single day. He coaches his son's one of his son's high school teams.
Oh wow, okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, like he's
Well,
not the head coach, but I mean,
Our
He's
formation, boys. It's like
Coach.
every
Look.
university wants spread. No,
can you imagine John Kelly or Chandler out of the I formation though?
Well, I mean, that's the thing though. I think Gruden can make those decisions to look at his
Exactly.
personnel and say,
Well, he's also smart enough to build his offense around the roster that he has.
right,
I've got one question.
okay.
Why would Gruden leave his cushy job to come coach at Tennessee, where time after time fans are saying, fire Butch Jones, fire this person, like, they just are constantly, after like 2 years, are just pissed off and yelling at him.
Okay, all right. I think that's a fair point because
Well-
the Tennessee fan base can be very unforgiving.
Okay,
Very.
one,
As a Tennessee fan, I'll
his
say that.
contract with ESPN is up after this year, and ESPN is also going to have to cut Monday Night Football. Because,
yeah.
Rumors.
Well, I mean,
I feel like it's they haven't come out and said it yet, but they pay the NFL $2 billion a year to run that, and it doesn't do that well.
doesn't profit really.
So, what sense does it make for him to sign a new contract with ESPN if they're just going to cut it 2
kind
years
of a
later?
sinking
Because
ship.
they're either going to cut it. I've heard this year, or the contract for that is up in 2020. So, what sense does it make for him to sign a 2-year contract?
I think so. The decision here is either keep your job at Monday Night Football for maybe 2 years,
maybe.
and maybe 2 years.
Yeah.
Or get a job
Or-
at Tennessee for maybe 2 years.
Exactly.
My thing
or
with that
stay
is,
there for 5
That's
years
what's
and be
neat.
successful.
my thing with that is, if Curry hires Gruden, and even if he flops, the fans aren't going to be mad. Okay, they're going to be mad if he doesn't do well, but
Well, yeah.
they're not going to be as mad as they were with Butch Jones, because this is who every single Tennessee fan wants him to hire.
And you have to. And the one thing about Gruden is that you know for sure you're getting a guy who understands the game thoroughly, is a proven coach, literally has won a Super Bowl.
And 5 division titles.
Right. And so if Tennessee can't do well under Gruden, the question goes away from, okay, what's wrong with our head coach to what's wrong with something deeper about the football program. So, I don't know. I think it'll be interesting. It does seem like that has to happen, though. Like, Gruden almost has to be the coach. Otherwise, like, who else could you pick that would even make any sort of sense or be even close to as exciting or uplifting for the fan base? I mean, Curry has to know that if he picks anybody else, the fan base is gonna freaking riot. Like,
Yeah. Well, like,
so,
Anybody?
Which puts him in a terrible
I mean-
position. But who cares? This
Yeah.
is Tennessee.
Well, okay, did y'all watch his press conference when he fired Butch? I think Kaysen did.
I didn't watch it.
Yeah,
But-
I watched it.
He was asked about Gruden, and he didn't answer the question at all. But you know that smile, like with the Grinch?
Mhm.
He smiled like that.
His cheekbones like curled up like the Grinch.
Yes. Didn't say a word, really. Like, completely dodged the question and just smiled.
I did see that.
Also, if you've never seen John Curry,
He looks like a serial killer.
he probably has killed someone just to see what it's like.
Hell yeah, dude.
Maybe more than one person.
All
I
right,
don't know.
whomst among us? Look, if you go down to Mexico, stuff goes wrong. You gotta whack one guy. It happens. You take that how you want it, but anyway. So I mean, yeah, I think that Gruden would be a good coach. I hope, as a Tennessee fan, we get Gruden. But we'll. So Anna, you seemed like you had another name in mind. When I said like anybody else,
You said anybody else.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, even if we got like Nick Saban, would you be mad?
okay, well, yeah. I mean, anybody
Yes.
in reason. I mean,
Anybody.
what?
You said anybody
Yeah.
though.
Why?
Because he's too short.
I want my coach. This is like when like Obama, like the pictures came out of like Obama like looking down at Putin, and there's just something about that like fuck yeah, America. There's something about that like with Butch where it's just like yeah, we have a short fat guy and he's our coach. He's our band leader.
But realistically, like, there's a couple of guys that I wouldn't be mad about if Tennessee hired if it wasn't Gruden.
But you'd be mad that it wasn't Gruden.
But I'd be
still.
mad that it wasn't
Right.
Gruden. Yeah, but I could get over it. Like, me and Ron have talked about it. Like, Gary Patterson isn't going anywhere. Like, they've built him a statue.
I hope
Yeah,
so.
I would be surprised.
But,
It would be nice though.
yeah, if he went to Tennessee, immediately we would start competing for the East. Because think about what he's done at TCU.
With like constant,
With-
like 31, like 31st ranked
Yeah.
recruiting classes.
You
and-
can't recruit at TCU like
Right.
you can recruit at
Let's
Tennessee.
say they get like a lot of like 2 and 3 stars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of 3 stars.
track stars that probably
And
never
he-
touched football.
Yeah.
The first year of the college football playoff, they should have been in it.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then this year, they were really close to it.
Oh yeah.
But Baker Mayfield happened.
But
See-
since y'all didn't take him in 2009, he's like, I don't
Yeah.
want to be at UT.
Like, if we brought back Lane Kiffin, I wouldn't even be mad.
Yeah. Kason, what are your thoughts about like Lane Kiffin?
I'm all aboard the Lane train.
I think Lane Kiffin is a giant douche.
Yes, that is correct.
I didn't say that.
Yeah,
it
yeah.
wasn't.
I just couldn't get behind a guy that I probably would hate if I ever spoke to him.
Yeah.
I can get behind a guy that wins games, though.
That's true. Like, how much can you really hate him if he does get his head out of his ass and win 10 games?
I feel like he's grown up a lot. And I feel like, what time is it right now?
It is 11.
So it's
12.
midnight Knoxville time. If John Curry called Lane Kiffin right now,
Yeah.
I was like, "Hey Lane, you wanna come back?" He'd say yes.
I think so.
Lane would like go on and change all of his tweets like, come to the
He would-
UT.
He would call a press conference right now
Yeah.
and leave FAU in the middle of the night and never coach another game there.
By the way, did you guys see the like promo videos he did for FAU? They were super awkward. He's
So
like,
bad.
I think they were intended to be like that.
"Oh, really?"
I think
It
so
was
they
kinda
would
like,
go viral.
was
Like, I
kinda
think
like
it was a
an-
rigged viral thing.
Oh, so it's kind of like they acted like it was like The Office or something.
I think
You know-
so.
Awkward.
Honestly, I wouldn't be mad if he left FAU because FAU blew MTSU out this year.
Revenge.
Undefeated in the Coosa in the
Yeah.
CUSA. So.
Hey, the Coosa's all that matters.
He needs to hop out our league because
Yeah.
they're
I had
killing
no
us.
idea that there was Florida Atlantic hate at this table. I mean, you learn things that
Oh, dude, no, yeah, we don't mess with Florida Atlantic. They're
Yeah, the
like
Owls. No.
Nope.
Go Owls.
they're on our shit list. So do we have any other topics that we were planning on talking about after that?
I just wanted to know, kind of, since I know that Robbie likes Gruden, that your second option was Chip Kelly at one point.
Well, it's no longer Chip Kelly.
Since Chip Kelly is
Probably
probably by
not-
the time that we upload this podcast,
He's probably going to be the head coach
he will
of
be
Florida.
announced it as head coach of the
Yeah, that's
University
the,
of
that's the
Florida.
rumor.
Have I missed something?
Yeah,
I
Chip
don't-
Kelly
yeah.
is like
They're
basically
very
done
close to like agreeing on a deal with
and
Florida.
announcing
Yep.
it. Like they think
Yeah.
that it'll be announced this week.
Yeah, by the time this is uploaded, he might be the head coach.
which is very not good for
It's not
Tennessee.
good
No,
for us.
not at all.
That's why we need John Gruden.
I'm hoping that
John Gruden's our Lord and Savior.
I'm hoping that Chip Kelly is like what I thought John Gruden was going to be. Like, he's been out of the game for a little bit, and so like, but you got to think, even in Oregon, he was still running stuff that most people still run today.
Yeah.
I think the big difference is the stuff with the RPOs, like the run pass option type stuff. That's the only real new wrinkle that I think has come out.
I think he sort of did that though, like even then, just not to
yeah.
the degree that people run it now.
I think of like Hugh Freeze really originating that. Am I wrong on that? Like,
I would say it's probably him or Malzahn.
yeah, Malzahn didn't really do that. Like Malzahn was more of like the
Run
really
50
like
times a game
yes,
from the shotgun.
but it's just that it was spread right,
Yeah.
exactly. So Malzahn was like when I thought I wanted to be like a football coach. He was my freaking idol. Like, everything he did, like, I literally learned the offense and, like, copied it in NCAA when I would play Dynasty mode and stuff. So, anyway, that's my nerd.
You know,
nerd
you're a
segment.
true fan of a team when you, like, swap if you're playing for a different team.
Yeah.
You swap your offense and defense
Yeah.
to, like, their playbook.
Yeah, that's real. I would cheer for Auburn literally just because I liked watching their offense. Especially that year where they had, like, Trey Mason, and like that whole offensive line that was so good.
Nick Marshall was a cool runner.
Nick Marshall, when they played Jameis Winston for the national championship, I was heartbroken that they lost that game.
Hey, I called it.
That was like that was the first time in like 9 years that the SEC
Yes.
hadn't won the national championship.
And wasn't it also like it had been several years in a row that a team from Alabama, either Auburn or Alabama,
hadn't won. Yeah,
yeah, because it was Alabama in 09, Auburn in 10, Alabama in 11 and 12, Auburn and went to it in 13 and then lost. That was against FSU. So, Jesus, that was quite a run. So, but anyway.
So, Robbie, what would your reaction be if it got a little bit chillier than 98 and frost came to Knoxville? How would you feel?
Okay, realistically, like, obviously, Gary Patterson's my number 2, but that's not going to happen.
Right.
Like, so realistically, if it's not Gruden, like, I'm pretty confident it's going to be Dan Mullen or Scott Frost.
Our group message right now, is it still? For a while, I know for at least
For a while, it was F*** Dan Mullen.
There's a 4.
That's the
record, baby. No, but yeah, it was like me, Robbie, and like 3 of our other friends.
I've lightened up on it a little bit, like after I thought about it, because like, okay, his record against the SEC is terrible.
Trash.
And he literally has the worst record against ranked opponents in the FBS right now, like among active coaches.
Bold. But he's so darn cute.
Right.
And he can develop an offense.
But after I thought about it, he can develop a quarterback because Fitzgerald's a 3-star.
Yeah.
I don't think Dak was that highly recruited out of high school.
No, I don't
and
think he was.
Look at him now.
He was like a 3-star if I'm remembering.
Fitzgerald, his only other deal on offer, I'm pretty sure. MTSU.
Hell
Was
yeah,
it really?
baby.
Yeah, I think so.
Blue Raiders.
And I mean, he's at Mississippi State. Like, they're not a national powerhouse.
I kind of compare him to maybe like a Derek Mason. Like, they're probably good coaches, but
Yeah.
they're at the lower end of the SEC.
Yeah. So I mean, like, I think Mullen could make Tennessee great, but why take that chance if you can have John Gruden?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, if it comes down to it, it's a solid hire.
If
I feel like.
Gruden says no, it's going to be Mullen or Frost. Like, I'm
Right.
like 95% sure.
A name that I would like to see, I doubt it would happen, would be Fuente from Virginia Tech. I mean, he just swapped, so
I would be
doubt he'd
okay
jump
with
ship.
that, but yeah, I don't see
But
that
I
happening.
think
Fuente
he's
would
done
be
a good job.
coach.
You just pissed off our boy EC, didn't
Yeah,
you?
The only thing that
sorry, EC.
the only thing that I'm worried about that is like I don't want to hire another coach that our previous shitty coach has beaten because we did that.
Bad mojo.
Dooley beat Butch Jones by 30 points, and Dooley was terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Literally beat him by 30.
That's right,
And then we
yeah.
hired Butch. So I don't know
Butch
about.
Jones has literally lost to every team in the SEC that he's played.
Yeah, the last time that Butch Jones has played every team in the SEC, including Tennessee, he's lost to.
I believe we still haven't beaten an SEC West team since like 09, I believe.
Since Kiffin, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember who we beat.
We haven't beat anybody.
But we
from the
beat a
SEC
West team that year.
Yeah, so that's been, 8 years now?
That's
Yeah.
terrible.
That is horrible.
Great. 2 years.
Yeah, haven't beaten an SEC West foe in 8 years.
Yeah.
Haven't beaten Florida in
We beat Florida once in the past 12 years because
Yeah.
it was 11 in a row.
Haven't beaten Alabama in 10 or
I
so.
think it's 10 years.
Getting
I
close to a
think, yeah.
decade. I mean, it's trash. Like
It was like 06. It was right before Saban got hired.
When was the last SEC championship game?
09. I mean,
05.
it's,
05. We went 05. We went
Why am I-
05. We went 01.
why
and
am I
then we
thinking 09? I don't know.
because that was Kiffin. We went 7-5.
But I don't know. It's frustrating. I think that's why the entire Butch Jones saga was so frustrating because it really
07 might have been the last.
07. Maybe that's what I'm getting confused with. But that's why Butch Jones was so frustrating because it really felt like we were making like progress. It really felt like, okay, we're getting these good recruits. We just need another year. Just need another year. So, and then it never.
Okay, well, like in 15 and 16, if Butch wins 10 games like he should have with the team we had, he gets a pass on this year, and he'd still be our coach. I probably wouldn't hate him as much either.
Right.
I still hate him a little bit because just hearing him speak, just gives me cancer.
It's a problem. Look,
you can't have cancer with that 5-star heart. All right, so
he literally did not know what to do with all those stars. Like like the meme said.
Yeah. We just didn't know it was that deep.
It's just a much more literal reading than we initially thought. Okay, guys, that's grumors. You got something? What's up?
I've got one more topic for my MTSU fans here.
Oh, shout out.
So, when do you guys think Rick Stockstill's time is up at MTSU?
Oh.
I mean, they're 5-5 this year. They've competed with Vandy, but they're not beating Vandy. And Marshall, we're competing with Marshall, but not beating Marshall.
Hey, UT might hire them.
Didn't they beat?
They compete with Vandy and don't.
No.
I don't think so because I've went to the past 3 years.
Oh, okay.
No, we haven't.
We came close 3 years ago. It went to double overtime.
Maybe that was.
It was freezing outside.
He had the biggest power move of all time. He recruited his son to be the starting head coach
At least
and the starting quarterback.
At least his son's decent though.
Yeah, right.
His son is
He
good.
benched the starter and he was actually pretty good.
That's
money grammar in there.
That is literally some Vince McMahon shit. That is boss. I don't care what anybody says.
Main event of WrestleMania. Well, let's throw Shane in there. Might as well.
Hell yeah, dude.
Shane versus Taker, that'll sell.
I'd tune in.
It's sold. That's
so
how high are the expectations at MTSU though?
That's what I'm saying.
They're high.
Listen, 2 years ago
we're all high. Okay,
we had Octavius Mathers 2 years ago. He's playing for the Jags now. He's good, really good.
Yeah.
And
look, according to
his lesser known brother Marshall, I think you guys all know Marshall. Okay, so.
It was a running back that we had got from Ole Miss. To anybody that might not know.
Yeah.
And also, we got Richie James.
Richie James, he's good.
Probably a top 3 prospect and wide receiver prospect. Maybe top 5, but he will definitely get drafted.
So I think the question here with Stockstill is getting over the hump, rather than being competitive.
No, he's been there 10 years. It's past the hump time. All right, it's get out or go somewhere.
We started kind of like I would almost call it like a rivalry, a small rivalry with Vanderbilt, playing them every year. We're 40 minutes from each other.
Right.
And, I mean, the fans have showed up here and there for both teams.
Didn't we outnumber Vandy fans at one point?
3 years ago when we played them here.
Yeah.
It was packed.
Yeah.
Hey, but we beat Missouri. That's something that...
We did beat Missouri.
And then Missouri...
Not this year. It was
last year. And then next year, Missouri goes on to dog dick Tennessee.
Hey, it got Butch fired though.
You gotta always think.
Shout out Mizzou.
They're my favorite team now.
Did y'all see on the TV? I don't know if that's what he actually said, but it was on Twitter that I saw. It was a video of him saying I'm trying to save my job.
Yes, and
yes, he said that.
It looked like
he looked right at the ref and said, "I'm trying to save my fucking job."
Now, for all we know, he wasn't saying that. All we saw was his mouth moving, but it looked a lot like that.
It's what he said.
It's what he said.
And I just imagine the ref saying back, "Nothing will save your job."
He's like, "Bud, well, you're I'm sorry."
Did y'all see the article after he got fired, where after the Kentucky game? Right after the game, he went and met with his staff and was like, "We're done here." He pretty much told all of them. He's like, "We're not going to be back next year."
He should have said that after the Georgia game.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, he should have been fired on the sidelines of the Kentucky game after we lost.
Yeah.
Kentucky's okay.
Atwood, if you're listening, you're about to get drugged.
We're flaming you,
Okay,
dog.
well, Tennessee's lost to Vanderbilt 4 times in my entire life. Butch Jones is responsible for 50% of those. Derek Dooley only lost to them once.
Yeah, true. And look, that was only because Tyler Bray was high, okay? Look, folks, look.
Tyler Bray threw that game. That was funny.
He did,
That's another story.
Maybe we'll have Robbie on for like a
Celebrate also threw beer cans off of
That's also
the
true.
balcony of his apartment building.
That's also true.
But a different story for another time.
Yeah.
Look, power moves. Okay,
Yeah.
we're gonna turn into a Tyler Bray fan podcast. Okay, it wasn't he with the Chiefs at one point.
He still
I think
is.
he was.
Still is as a backup. That's
Still is.
awesome.
He's the third string. Yeah.
He's a baller, dude.
That has to be the live third string NFL quarterback.
Yes,
You
hell yeah.
chill.
You're just chilling, getting money.
What does he get paid? Probably. I mean, it's probably hundreds of thousands, but still.
I think the league
I would take
minimum is
hundreds
probably
of thousands to
500,000.
sit on the sideline.
So
once
you're-
a week.
He's not doing anything.
You're well within the 1%, the
Yeah.
top 1%
Yeah.
earners. Like you've got it made.
He's set
yeah.
He's probably hot right now.
as we speak. Yeah.
That's what we say with like Johnny Manziel. It's kind of funny you say that because like every week we're like, I wonder what Johnny Manziel's doing. We're like, he's probably hot. Like, so.
But also, Tennessee's also lost to Kentucky twice in my lifetime.
Yes.
Butch is also responsible for 50% of those. I mean, the other one was Derek Dooley. We talked about that one
Yeah.
before when they played the receiver, but
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
yeah.
That was. Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
I still can't believe that happened.
Repressed memories.
Yeah.
What about the great moment that I guess the last Rocky Top of Butch Jones's career? Playing Rocky Top whenever you're getting beat by like 33 because of a blocked field
Can
goal.
we talk about how dumb that was for a second?
Yeah.
Is that disgraceful?
You're
I think so.
like, Missouri's hanging 50 on you,
Yeah.
and you block an extra point, and you start playing Rocky Top.
Wait, this happened?
The band had
Yes.
to play it at some point.
I quit
Okay.
caring like a long time ago.
That was
so
the last Rocky Top of Bush's career, I'm pretty sure. it was.
His last Rocky Top should have been like 5 weeks earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think Rocky Top was played once at the Georgia game because we got blown out.
Yeah. I mean, Jesus.
They start playing it for like a tackle.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
oh, he got a tackle.
We lost yards, but he didn't fumble, so
Hey, Rocky Top.
let's go, baby. So, all right, guys, we've talked about groomers. We've talked about Butch Jones.
I've
Yeah,
got a
we
Trevor
haven't-
West one time.
We haven't
Okay.
talked about how big of a piece of crap Butch is, though.
Oh, do you want to do that? We can
Yeah.
get into that real quick. I mean,
I've got one thing that'll tick West
all
off.
right, go for it.
I'm all about that.
And since Robbie likes Lane Kiffin, the thing that I just keep on imagining is if Lane Kiffin comes to the University of Tennessee, the first person that is hitting him up is Clay Travis.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, dude, you want to
Oh,
get
yeah.
drinks? Like, they're the same age, probably the same, like, beliefs all around.
Oh,
Like,
Yeah, yeah,
Look, they're both total douches.
yeah.
But-
yeah. They kind of have. They do kind of have the same like personality.
I feel like we got to bring up Clay once every pod.
I thought about bringing it up earlier, but I was like, this is gonna be the
We
one.
always bring him up.
Yeah. Look, all right, Clay, if you're listening to this, you are more than welcome to come on the show. We're trying to get our views up, okay? I will just say that straight up. All right, anyway. moving
We're
on.
thirsty for views.
We thirsty AF, bro.
We need to bring Kiffin home to strike up that friendship.
That's it. So, all right, so
I
Robbie.
bet we could tweet Kiffin sometime, and Kiffin would be like, "Yeah." He'd probably not ever get on the pod, but he'd say, "Yeah, like
should
come to
do
the
it,
FAU and do it."
Yeah. All right, so you want to talk about?
Yeah, I want to hear. I don't even know
Because
how bad
I
of a
still haven't
person
even heard
Bush is.
this. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I told you a little bit.
I did hear. Okay, I'll say this. I heard that, and this is just accusatory. This is not verified at all. But like, Butch Jones had like let an N-word slip at one point to
Yes.
one of the players. So
Yeah, that's the thing.
Like, wow.
Apparently, he called Malik Foreman an N-word in practice.
Gee, like with an R or
With
like,
a hard R.
Oh,
With a hard R.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ!
Would it
Wow.
have been acceptable if it was the A?
Well,
It wouldn't have been.
It wouldn't be okay.
No, but it wouldn't have been.
it wouldn't be okay. But if you do that, it's more a case of like, okay, here's this old guy who's just
Yeah.
trying to be cool, and he
Yeah.
says something that's way inappropriate.
The thing with
This
Butch is
case
he's
is-
not even old enough to be like, "Oh, back in my day we
Right.
said that." Like he's like the
But-
age that like it shouldn't be happening.
But you get what I mean. Like, it's just, the coach trying to be cool and just takes it too far.
Yeah.
This case, like, bro, that's...
This was like that had to have been derogatory, like towards him in
Oh,
a
there's-
hateful way.
There's no way, yeah, I mean,
If you're putting the R in there, there's
Yeah.
no way that that's in like a.
Yeah,
But
you're
you're
not saying that
yeah.
playfully.
so,
yeah.
like, what else was there? Like, what
Well,
else?
there's a guy, his name's Daniel Helm, and he plays at Duke now.
Wasn't he a
but-
tight end or something?
Yeah, he's a tight
Yeah,
end.
yeah,
And apparently one of like the
He should have went to the Trojans, right? Okay. I'm
one
sorry.
of the first team meetings they had, like with his freshman class, Butch told him to go in front of the entire room, like in front of the entire team, coaching staff, and everything, and write "I'm a pussy" on the whiteboard, like 100 times, and he told him the reason why is because that's the first thing that he noticed about him.
Jesus.
It's an 18-year-old kid.
Hold on, how is Butch pulling these power moves? Butch is like 5'2".
That's hard, huh? That's savage.
Also, didn't he punch one of our players in the face?
He punched an offensive lineman.
Well, he said,
Allegedly.
"You don't have a 5-star heart, just 4 stars." So he had to give him that motivation to get back to 5.
Power moves, baby.
How did this not happen earlier?
Why do you recruit him if that's what he thought? Like the first thing he thought is like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna recruit this guy."
Yeah.
He also called Dre Bowles a traitor.
Yes. Yeah, I remember.
Like with the AJ Johnson thing, when he got kicked off the team for being accused of rape, which like all that got dropped, but I'm pretty sure he did it.
I remember when this whole thing came out, and like the story was focused on AJ Johnson at the time because I was like, oh my god, like AJ Johnson was like my hero.
I
He
said,
played.
He was gonna be
loved him.
he was gonna be a top 10 draft pick that year.
Oh yeah. So
I
I was.
dreads.
He was a
Yes.
great character.
The guy that would like
on
the whole team
Yeah.
would be circled up, and he would do like the machine
Yeah.
gun thing. It
Yeah.
was so cool. He was an awesome guy, and like you said, I think that charge got dropped.
Yeah, it got dropped.
So, but nonetheless, like that's what I was focused on. And then there's this other story about Dre Bowles where,
He was like a freshman or sophomore
yeah,
on the team.
and I can't remember the specifics. Like I think Bowles had tried to defend.
Well, it was something like he was at the party that it
I remember.
allegedly happened.
yes.
And the girl asked him to drive her home, and like she told him about it, like on the way or something like that. And he went to the police or somebody on the coaching staff or something, and Butch Jones called him a traitor for turning in AJ Johnson.
Oh wow. I mean, for reporting a rape, like that's
Like something that kind of follows us in. Did y'all see what Marlon Lane said earlier this week? Like I don't know if y'all remember.
He's
who
an
he
older
is.
player.
He
was before Hurd,
his
right?
senior year was Hurd's
Okay.
freshman year,
Okay, gotcha.
which is the year that
Another traitor.
Because
Yeah.
Because didn't him and Hurd like split time in the backfield?
Yeah, but like that year is the year that all the stuff with AJ Johnson happened, and he came out and said earlier this week on a podcast that Butch basically used him to run off players that he didn't want there and like threaten them.
Jesus Christ.
And then Dre Bowles transfers after all this.
Yeah. Oh my God. Well, I think we should say that I don't think any of this has been like straight confirmed.
I think the Helm thing has, but that's the only one that I know for sure.
But still, I mean,
He also played Brett Kendrick with a concussion against Kentucky.
Oh, yeah?
Like he might not have knew about it, but he had a concussion.
but that's still his responsibility.
Yeah, like he
to
should
know. Yeah. So wow, that's awful. I'm glad
He's got
gone.
the doctors go check on him. It's like the doctor's in the vet. It's like, don't say it.
Yeah. No.
Well,
yeah.
Is he good to go?
Apparently
It's like, yeah, he's good.
Yeah, he's like, as long as you don't say it, I'm fine.
Well, apparently the offensive line coach, like in the locker room at halftime, like he got the concussion early in the first half, and the offensive line coach got in his face in the locker room at halftime and said, "You're playing the rest of this game. Your backup didn't travel."
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Hold on, was the offensive line coach? Is that not Brady?
No, he's the
I
D
thought
line.
he's a defensive
Oh, okay,
line
okay.
coach.
Yeah. And they only took him out at the end because he literally threw up on the sidelines.
Jesus.
Like at that point, they kind
They
of
better made him clean that up. That's disgusting.
Yeah. Back in my day.
That's gross.
So
One other thing you guys might not have heard about, Butch Jones.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's Cason's first bleep on the pod.
Yeah. Congrats. You're now officially
Poor
a
Ryan
member.
has to edit so much for
Yeah.
That's why I'm not doing anything, saying anything.
Yeah. Keeping your workload small. All right. So we talked about groomers. We've talked about potential other people who aren't Gruden. We've talked about Butch Jones and him
Rick
being
Stockstill.
a
We
colossal
talked about
piece
Rick
of shit.
Stockstill.
Yep.
The main
Stockstill.
point.
Yeah, the biggest
Yeah,
thing
that's
that
the
everybody
big
was
one,
here for. We picked some games for you folks. Guys, I think this was a successful pod.
I want to get one last Butch in there.
Nice.
Dang, that's sick.
So,
I got one more thing to say.
Kind of like the amount of losses that Butch Jones had in the SEC this year.
No.
Had to do it.
Damn. Never forget.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hashtag
Yep.
never forget.
Anyways,
All right, we got.
one thing to say: the U is back.
Damn. Guess who's back? So,
Savannah wants a chain.
I mean, I'm sure you could get one for like.
I found a shirt
For the
that's got like
cost
the
of,
chain on there.
Like I'm saying, like you probably like get somebody to commission like a
Replicas
fake one.
of it cost like $80,
What?
unless you
And
get
that
like
ain't real
the
diamonds.
unless you get like the plastic one from like Walmart in the Miami area.
Yeah, I want to believe that like the chain itself, the actual chain, is made of like real dead ass
sure.
like diamonds.
It costs $10,000.
All right, but hear
It's
me out.
Miami.
Hear me out.
It's real.
It's made from real diamonds.
It
They're
is.
like blood diamonds, conflict diamonds. Like I'm talking like this was bought with drug money. The cartels
I
in
think
on
it was
this
like
somehow.
their defensive line coach.
Yeah. So in other words, what you're saying is Miami's back.
They're saying,
Like-
yeah, we can't officially pay you. We'll give you this chain that's the same one, but all of y'all did it.
Yeah. So
It was. I'm pretty sure it was their defensive line coach was like, yeah, I thought I would come up with like a motivational tactic to like, get them hopped up about getting some turnovers.
Better than the trash can.
So I bought a chain.
the trash
I
can
think
was
that
so
might be
sad.
one. I think the thing about the chain is, will it still be cool if they lose a game? Like, I think the whole
yeah,
thing about it right
yeah.
now is like,
I mean, it's still
it's cool
though.
because they're undefeated, but does it lose the value?
No,
when
no,
they lose
no,
a
no.
game?
I think it's still cool regardless.
How great is it though that Miami won this week and jumped into the top four,
Yeah.
Love it.
and Georgia lost and fell out 2 years after they fired Mark Richt.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the most
Hard.
Georgia thing ever.
It's kind of awesome.
Listen, I've liked the U since I watched their 30 for 30 and saw just how hard they were
Oh yeah.
paying their players.
They had a part 2 to that. The 2 that was.
Yeah,
I don't think I've watched the part
You need to
two.
check it out. It's pretty cool too.
So I
And they
watched
had
that
The
a few
Rock,
years
so-
ago.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
That's true.
Greatest wrestler.
They had The Rock and they had Rocks. So
That's
there you go.
true.
All right, guys. Any last comments? Anybody else got anything?
no.
Guys?
Should I go super long on the?
Yeah. All right. So first of all, I want to say, Kason, Robbie, thank you for being here. Stephanie, who is Kason's wife, thank you for putting up with us. She's in the background smiling. So, guys, awesome pod. Thank you guys for coming on. All right, Pod Boys.
Out.
Out.